Disparities relate to all kinds of things in life. So children who are in poor communities don't do as well in school, don't get the same kind of schooling that other children get because the resources aren't the same. So they start off their life in a disadvantage, and then that trajectory just increases over the life course. So this was a longitudinal study of a community in Chicago. We included in the study all the first grade children and their parents. So it was children from 9 public and 3 parochial schools. It was 1,242 children. Started in 1966-67. And then we've tried to follow those children over their life course. So even though it was a very poor community, there was some diversity in terms of income and home ownership and parents' education, those kinds of things. And in general, what we found was that children who came from families where the mother was the only person rearing them had more difficulty in first grade, and kids who came from more adverse families didn't do as well on those tasks. And then if they didn't do as well on those tasks, they had difficulty later in terms of all kinds of health and social outcomes. So disparities wasn't even a word when I started. I mean, people talked about the importance of poverty and disadvantaged backgrounds. The work started at the time of the war on poverty that was so important during the Johnson administration. So health disparities really came into focus and was constructed as a concept much more recently. Everyone, so certainly federal officials, local officials, community people. When we started the study, we had many interactions with people from the community, and this study actually came out of a mental health center, and the community folks said, you know, we don't mean to ignore our seriously mentally ill community members, but we really think it's important to get in early and to understand more why our children are not doing better in school. So the community had a great deal to say about what we focused on. Well, our society is structured really so that certain people are favored over other people, and if we try to make that more equal, then there's difficulty in terms of the advantages that are built into the system. So getting rid of those advantages that certain people have may be a barrier. So me with insurance, if I go and get a health procedure because I have insurance, the procedure is maybe $1,000 initially, but because I have health insurance, it's negotiated down to, I'm just giving you an example, to $450. So those people who don't have health insurance are actually charged more for the procedure. Mm-hmm. So I think those things are pretty much built into our system.